नमस्कार। जनता टेलिभिजन सेट हेरेर बसिराख्नुभएका सम्पूर्ण भाइ बहिनीहरू एवं सम्पूर्ण दर्शक महानुभावहरू, आज गुरु पूर्णिमाको दिन गुरु ब्रह्मा गुरु विष्णु गुरुदेव महेश्वर गुरु साक्षात् परम ब्रह्मा तस्मै श्री गुरुवै नमः सम्पूर्ण गुरुवर्गहरू लगायत सम्पूर्ण अग्रज महानुभावहरू जसको कारणले गर्दाखेरि म यो स्थानसम्म आइपुग्न सफल भएको छु। सम्पूर्ण महानुभावहरूलाई हजुरहरूले दिनुभएको कन्ट्रिब्युसनको लागि म आज गुरु पूर्णिमाको पावन अवसरमा म हार्दिक नमन गर्दै र सम्पूर्ण भाइ बहिनीहरूलाई आफ्ना गुरु एवं मातापिता अग्रजजनहरूमा चाहिँ आजको दिन विशेष आभार प्रकट गर्दै गर्नु हुनको लागि म विनम्र अनुरोध गर्दै आजको क्लास म स्टार्ट गर्न चाहन्छु। ओके डियर स्टुडेन्ट्स, लेट्स फोकस अन द mathematics. In the bygone day, we are focusing on the set chapter, the very first chapter of the mathematics. Today, as per the request of you, most of the students have requested me to start the geometry chapter. Okay, so today I have started the geometry chapter. Okay, and first of all, before starting the course contents as per the syllabus of PAPSON, the geometry chapter, I would like to take you in the history of geometry. Okay. So geometry, dear students, is the word made from two Greek word. One is geo, another is metry. Okay, geo and metry, by combining together, the word geometry is derived. These two words are the Greek word. Okay, and if we want to convert the geo and the metry in terms of English language, then geo generally means earth. Okay, so I'm going to write here the meaning of geo is earth, and some people say as land as well. Okay, land. And then after, metry refers to measurement. Measurement. Okay, that means in the history, the geometry was limited to measure the land or measure the certain part of the area. Okay, and the contribution, the main contributor of geometry, if we have to take the name of a person, then it goes to Euclid. Okay, main contributor or the father. Okay, you can write father of geometry, main contributor, Euclid. And he is there are two Euclid. Okay, in case of geometry, one, the person to whom I am going to denote, he is known as Euclid of Alexandria. Okay, Euclid of Alexandria, if you say, then to that person we are going to refer, who has contributed extremely in the development of geometrical concept. Okay, and in 300 BC, okay, in 300 BC, before the birth of Jesus Christ, it means, okay, Euclid has developed the geometry. And at the very beginning of the commencement of geometry, it was just limited to measure the land. So this is the gist, little bit history of geometry. Okay, and today, dear friends, we are going to focus on the certain part of geometry, that is angles. Okay, without angles, the geometry chapter cannot be started, cannot be begun. So I am going to take the very foundation or the basic part of geometry, that is angles. Angles means in between the two adjacent side, the certain inclination whatever is carried, that is known as angle. In between the two straight line, angles means in between the two straight lines, the inclination made, that is known as the angle, dear friend. And then after, later on, when the three such type of angles were from triangle, okay, triangle is made in that way. there will be three angles when we make a triangle at the time. One angle, two angle, three angles. That's why triangle means three. A figure having three angle, that's why is known as triangle. Okay, so the triangle is named in that way. So first of all, dear students, if we focus on angles, okay, there are so many types of angles. One is complementary angle that I have already written here. Okay, complementary angle means an angle whose parts by adding all together becomes 90 degree. Okay, so it is the angle of 90 degree, or you can say that if there is 90 degree, then you can say that angle is the complementary angle. And dear students, sometimes the complementary angle also can be seen in the divided form, okay, by keeping some straight lines. For example, I am going to show in here. This angle is these two lines, one is horizontal, another is vertical. If are intersected by making 90 degree, that angle is known as complementary angle or the right angle. Okay, now if I divide in this way, okay, the complementary angle or the right angle into different minimum angles, at the time if we combine together, here is x, here is 3x, okay, and here is let's say 5x, okay, then by combining together 5x, 3x and x, okay, it means 5x plus 3x plus x altogether must be 90 degree if it is the concept of complementary. So 5x plus 3x 4x, 8x, 8x plus 1x 9x, so 9x equals to 90 degree and x equals to 90 is the 9 is multiplying with x. So when we take in the right hand side, at the time it will be dividing the thing which is multiplying this side, while taking the right hand side it will divide. So 90 divide 9, what will be 90 divide 9, it equals to 10 degree. That means the value of x came as 10 degree. Okay, now how much degree is there in this angle? The inclination from this horizontal line to this line is 10 degree. Similarly, if you want to find out the inclination in between these two angles, then 3 into the value of x 10, it means 3 into 10 30 degree. Similarly, if you want to find out the angle 5 into x, then 5 into the value of x is, we have already found as 10, so 5 into 10 50 degree. So altogether if you add 10, this became 10 degree. Again here is 3 into 10 30 degree, again 5 into 10 50 degree. So if you combine them, if you add them, then 50 plus 30 80 degree plus 10 90 degree. So that is the case of complementary angle. Always the sum of complementary angle is 90 degree. So do not forget this concept of complementary angles. Now I am going to take another one. Okay, dear student, another one is supplementary. Okay, supplementary angles. It is exactly double of complementary angle. It means if complementary angle is 90 degree, it is, if you multiply with that one 2, then it will convert into the complementary angle, and it is also known as linear pair. Some people say as linear pair, or some people write in another way as well, straight angle. Okay, straight angle. It means supplementary angle 180 degree has three meanings or synonyms. One is supplementary, another is linear pair, another is straight angle. The combination of, or if we combine the certain part of the straight line in a point, half part of a point if we take, then it forms the angle of 90 degree. So if I represent by using a figure, then let's take a point in here, then from here if you make an angle that will be of 180 degree. So that angle is known as supplementary or linear pair or straight angle. Now let's divide this angle into different parts in this way. Okay, let's divide. So if here is A, here is B, and here is C, dear friend, then when we add A, B, and C, the sum must be 180 degree. It means supplementary angles, linear pair or straight angle means where the combination of angles becomes 180 degree. So you can write it is the angle of, you can write the definition of this one as it is the angle of 180 degree. That means the sum of supplementary angle is always 180 degree. It is universally applicable. Now number third, dear friends, I am going to erase this. You need to copy this all. Okay. An angle formed by the parallel lines. Now there are so many types as per the angle formed by parallel lines. Let's form two parallel lines, dear friends. One is this one, another is this one. What do you mean by parallel lines? The straight lines, if there is equal distance, equal perpendicular distance in between the two straight line, at the time those two lines or more than two lines are known as parallel to each other. Okay, that means to be parallel, okay, in order to keep the parallel sign in between these two lines, if you measure the perpendicular distance in here and if you measure in here and so on, by doing so, okay, this side as well, the distance, if it is of 5 centimeter, this one also becomes 5 centimeter, this one also becomes 5 centimeter. It means when the perpendicular distance in between the two straight lines are equal, at the time we can say these two lines or more than two lines are parallel to each other. And symbolically we represent parallel sign as this one by giving arrow. You can keep two arrows also, but if you give two arrow and if this straight line is being parallel to this one, at the time if you do so, then it doesn't mean they are parallel to each other. So you must keep uniformity of arrows. That means if there are two arrows, then we need to keep here also two arrows. If we do so, then everyone will understand that these two lines are parallel. And when these two lines are parallel, then the perpendicular distance in between them will be equal at anywhere. Okay, that means these two lines won't meet each other at any cost. So that's the case of parallel line. Now when these two parallel lines, dear friends, if these two lines are parallel, let's draw a transverse. Okay, transverse means a straight line which cuts these two parallel lines. Okay, this is the transverse. Okay, it's a straight line, it is intersecting in the upper parallel line as well as the down one parallel line. At the time, let's keep here is A, here B, here C, here D. Okay, now to this one, the straight line, the parallel line PQ, and thereafter to this one, let's keep X, Y. Okay, let's keep X, Y to the straight line. Now when such type of situation is seen, okay, at the time so many angles can be formed, dear friends. Okay, one is, I'm going to write, one is alternate angle. Okay, alternate angles are also angles. This is the symbolical representation you can use in mathematics, not in language subject. Alternate angles. There are two types of alternate angle. Today we are going to discuss about the interior alternate angle, and later on I will discuss about the exterior alternate angles also. But today we will use the interior concept only. one is alternate angle, another one is corresponding angle, dear students. Corresponding angles, let's write in short form. Okay, another one is number 3, dear students, co-interior angles. Another is vertically opposite angles. Okay, these are the angles which we can find in between the two parallel lines cut by a transverse. Okay, now what do we mean by alternate angles? As per this figure, I am going to denote in the figure so that you will understand clearly about alternate angles, interior alternate angles. So I am going to keep here, dear students, as M. Okay, to this one N. I am going to write to this angle as N. To this one I am going to keep as O. Here I am going to keep as P. Okay, small p. Here as Q. Here as R. Here as S. Okay, this one angle is representing as S. Now this side as T, small t. Okay, in this way, now I'm going to erase the name of the straight lines in this way. Just only I want to keep the name of the angles only. Okay, so that you will be cleared. If such type of situation is seen, we are focusing on alternate angles. Okay, let's take O. With respect to O, angle O will be alternate to angle S. Okay, angle O becomes alternate to angle S, and they are equal to each other, dear students. The relationship in between the alternate angles, whether that is the case of exterior alternate angles or interior alternate angles, they are equal to each other. That means in bracket you can write here, they are equal to each other. They are equal to each other. What we have got from the experiment is O is in inside of the parallel line, S also inside the parallel line. Okay, in between the two parallel line, and one is in left hand side. O is in left hand side. If you see the sides through our hands, then one O is in left hand side, S is in right hand side. So such type of situation, one should be in left hand side, another should be in right hand side. If we see so, and if both are inside the parallel line, at the time those angles are known as alternate angle by being interior, or you can say directly interior alternate angles. Okay, and similarly another one, if we take, okay, with respect to M, okay, with respect to M, comma, M is being interior alternate angle to P, because both are interior, both lie on in between the two parallel lines, and one is in left hand side, M is in right hand side, P is in left hand side. So P and M are also equal to each other. Interior alternate angles are always equal. They are equal to each other. And to be alternate angle, what we have got, they should be in between the two parallel lines, and they should be made by a transverse. Transverse means the straight line which is cutting to the two parallel lines. Now let's go to corresponding angle, dear students. If you want to focus on corresponding angle, they should lie on the same hand side. Okay, that means if one is in left hand side, then another also should be in left hand side. Let me take, okay, O. Okay, I am going to take O. Okay, O is being corresponding to R, dear students. O is being corresponding to R. and they are equal, dear students. Likewise, alternate angles, corresponding angles are also equal. You can write it here as they are equal to each other. Okay, you can write here they are equal to each other. The relationship in between the two corresponding angles are equal. Sometime if somebody asks you what is the relation in between the two corresponding angles, at the time you need to say they are equal. And if somebody asks you what's the relation between alternate angles, at the time you can reply them as they are equal to each other. Dear students, now what we have got from here is O is in left hand side, R is in left hand side. Both should be, in order to be corresponding angle, both should be in the same hand side. Okay, but one should be inside the parallel line. Look at here, this is the parallel line, this is outside, this is inside. So one should be inside, another should be of another parallel line outside. Okay, that means O is in inside, R is in outside, but both are on left hand side. So if such type of situation is found, that is known as corresponding angle. Now let's take another one, dear students. Comma, I'm going to find out another corresponding angle as well. 2M. Okay, with respect to M, for M, which one is corresponding? M is in right hand side, both should be in same hand side. Okay, then M is in right hand side, then Q is in right hand side, M is in inside, Q is in outside. One should be inside of the parallel line, another should be outside of the parallel line. But if you see from the hand side, either right hand or left hand, both should lie on the same hand side. Okay, then M is in right hand side, Q also is in right hand side, and from the two parallel lines, if you see, M is in inside of the first parallel line and Q is in outside of the second parallel line. In such type of situation, they are known as corresponding angles. Okay, and O and R are equal to each other, M and Q are equal to each other. M equals to Q and O equals to R. Whatever the value contained in O, that must be the value of R. Similarly, whatever the value contained in M, that will be the value of Q in case of corresponding angle. Now, dear students, let's focus on co-interior angles. Co-interior angles means in between the two parallel lines, okay, in between the two parallel lines, they should lie on the same hand side. Okay, same hand side. That means if one is in right hand side, then another angle also should be on the same side. That means right hand side. So if you see co-interior angle in this figure, M and S, dear students, M and S are co-interior to each other, and the relationship between the co-interior angle is their sum becomes 180 degree. That means their sum is always 180 degree. Keep in mind, their sum is always 180 degree in case of co-interior angle. That means what we have got, M plus S must be 180 degree. Similarly, dear students, O and P are also on the left hand side. Both are on left hand side and both are inside the two parallel lines, isn't it? So at the time we can write O plus P also as 180 degree because they are the co-interior angle of right hand side and they are the co-interior angles of left hand side. So right hand side M and S co-interior to each other, so their sum becomes 180 degree. Similarly, in the left hand side, if you want to see O and P, they are co-interior angle and their sum also becomes 180 degree. So if somebody raise the question, what's the relation between the co-interior angle, at the time what do you have to reply? You need to reply their sum becomes always 180 degree. That means co-interior angles are supplementary to each other. Their sum becomes always 180 degree. Now the last part, dear students, vertically opposite angles. You might have learned about this even in class 6. Okay, what do you mean by vertically opposite angles? If two straight lines are intersected each other, then there forms 4 angles. If you see, and let's name the angles. One is A, another is B, okay, another is C, and another one is D. Okay, I'm going to keep the name of those 4 angles as A, B, C, D. Now, the relationship between A and C is vertically opposite. Dear student, the relationship in between the A and C is known as vertically opposite to each other. Okay, vertically opposite angles, they are known as VOA, vertically opposite angles. Similarly, B and D also are vertically opposite to each other. It means they have the relation and they have the relation. A and C has the relation, and similarly B and D also. And that type of relation, what like will be? That relation will be, dear students, equal. Okay, vertically opposite angles are always equal. It means you can write in here, I'm going to write here, they are equal to each other. Okay, equal to each other. It means, as per that figure, if we focus on this figure, then A equals to C, because A and C are vertically opposite to each other. Similarly, B and D, you can write comma B equals to D. Okay, now I'm going to erase this, and once again I'm going to focus regarding this all types of angle. This is the very critical part of mathematics geometry, dear friends. Those students who knows these all, whatever I have presented in a clear way, they can solve so many problems of geometry. So once again I'm going to make a figure. Okay, those 2 lines are parallel to each other, and I have drawn a transverse. Now I'm going to keep the name of this one as A, this one as B, this one as C, okay, this one is D. Okay, here I'm going to keep as E, here as F, here as G, and here as H. Okay, now if we need to find out vertically opposite angle, okay, the relationship in between the vertically opposite angles are equal to each other, then A equals to B, C equals to D. Similarly, E equals to G, F equals to H. That relation is known as vertically opposite angle, and they are equal to each other. Similarly, if you want to find out alternate angle, alternate, another concept is alternate, then E and B are alternate to each other. That's why they are equal to each other. If the value of E is 20 degree, then B's value also becomes 20 degree. Similarly, F and D are alternate to each other. Okay, now that's the case of alternate angle. Now corresponding angle, if you want to see the relations of corresponding angle, just only I have written little bit. E and A are corresponding to each other, they are equal because corresponding angles are equal. F and C are equal, corresponding angle. H and D are corresponding to each other. Similarly, G and B are also corresponding to each other. Co-interior, if you want to see co-interior, E plus D equals to 180 degree. Similarly, F and B also equals to 180 degree. This is the concept of angles contained in the parallel lines. So that much only for today. Thank you so much, dear friends.